Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, we got our boring head in, set up. The tool is nice and sharp. We're ready to rip here. So I've made my first cut. Now we're gonna take a second, just a 5 thousandths cleanup cut, and just keep doing that until it cleans up. All right, let's take 5 more. Well, before we do that, let's take a measurement and calculate how much we're cutting off. I've got 2 or 3 boring heads, and they all act differently. I believe this one, for every mark, it's 1,000th, but I want to make sure. All right, so let's get a measurement. And we are sitting at 634.5. So we're going to take 5 more. Let's see what we can come up with. Well, 4 thousandths, but I wasn't being accurate, so that's good. I'm going to take this bit out and give it a little bit more angle, because as we get close, I do not want it chattering. I'll be back. All right, so it's the next day, and I figured this is a pretty accurate hole, and I better get a fresh start in order to get it right. So let's add 5. And see what we come up with. And I still got, you can see that, I still got probably 30-40 thousandths. So we'll just take another 5. We're going to go slow here. Okay, we're down to about 10 thousandths now. Jason.
Next step, huh?
Yeah, I worked on it all a couple, 2 or 3 hours yesterday. So that's 37 thousandths I have to go. I have a YouTube presence.
Oh, I see. Oh, you are also YouTube.
Okay, we're down to the last couple of cuts, so I'm taking it real slow. Make sure that we're not gonna go too far. Okay, we're at 701, and we need to go to 706. Okay, this is the one. I think I'm going to do 2.5 at a time because I'm chicken. So we're at 704. So we got 3 thousandths to go. I'm going to take 1 thousandths. Okay, we got enough here to take a measurement, and this is all going to be scrap anyhow, so let's see what we come up with. That is 7 exactly. Okay, we're just going to go right down. All right, we're just going to take a spring pass, even though there's no spring. See what we come up with. Okay, we're 2/10 tight on that hole. And I think we're going to be okay with 2/10. It's a nice press fit. So, now we need to come all the way out to here and cut this groove in the correct place. So I'm thinking what we can do is push this in and push this in, and that way we'll get our location. Alright, let's get this thing to go in a little better. We'll take our bit out. And use the ram as a press. Well, no, we're not going to use the ram as a press because that's as far down as it goes. But we'll get a spacer. Something like that. And just press just a little bit. And I'm thinking just right. So now we take our boring head out and put a bit in, and a long enough bit that we can just kind of come up and barely kiss this, and then we'll know where this spot is here. So let's take the boring bar out. Okay, we've got a 5/16 drill bit in here. We're going to bring it out to this point. All right, we're set. We're indexed here, we're flat up against that, and that's the same size as the other side, I hope. Whoops, wait a second. Yep. Okay, so let's take this back off. And this is where a hole. I'm going to get a support under here. All right, now we can put some pressure on it and not worry about it. All right, so the bit is wider up here than it is down here, so I can't go any further in, but I've got an index from the other side, so I can flip this and go ahead and finish it off without too much effort. So I know not supposed to use a drill chuck to do mill work, but this was a lightweight deal, so I wasn't too worried. Now, we have to look at the contour here. I don't know, it looks perfect. Okay, that's good. So, at this point, I think we have all of our holes in position. So now we just need to take away a bunch of metal, and that comes next. We'll be back. Okay, now we're in the layout phase here. And I got some of my lines all set up, but not all of them by any means. And here is one. And these lines aren't critical. Okay, so that takes us to there. And then this takes us to here, about. That looks about right. And then this part here wants to be a little bit more. And we can just kind of follow the contour. Alright, so there's our basic contour. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with a center punch and center punch about every 1/4 inch, because all of this is going to disappear once we start machining. Okay, obviously that bit is too hot, so we're gonna figure out some kind of spray system so that we can keep it cooler. I'll be back in a few. Okay, we got that cut, those two straight lines cut. Now we need to put a smaller bit in and cut up this little small radius here and maybe this radius here. So let's get a smaller bit in. I'm thinking it's pretty close. So let's bring it out and down to about there, I would say. Good morning. Okay, I think that's got it. The rest of this I can come in and grind because it's not important the size or the shape, just important that it looks nice. So I think we're in pretty good shape as far as this is concerned.